Hey there, fellow gamers and tech enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking a thrilling journey into the world of gaming monitors, specifically the best 4K gaming monitors of 2024. If you're on the quest for that perfect pixel-packed display to take your gaming to the next level, you're in the right place. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more in-depth tech reviews. Let's dive into the future of gaming. Number 5. Sony Anzio M9. If the LG 32 GQ950B is still too expensive for you, a device like the Sony Anzio M9 usually costs less and performs just as well. It includes features and performance that are fairly similar to the LG, although it lacks an overclock feature and has somewhat weaker motion handling. However, it has superior picture quality than the LG since its full-array local dimming capability is adequate and improves picture quality in low-light situations. However, its picture quality is still inferior to that of the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85, and if this is important to you, you might also consider the INNOCN 27M2V. It features a lot better mini LED local dimming feature. However, it might be difficult to find at times. The Sony is an outstanding gaming monitor because to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, which allows it to fully utilize gaming consoles and high-end graphics cards. Because it's a Sony device, it also has a few capabilities that are exclusive to the £5, such as auto HDR tone mapping, which improves HDR performance based on game. In addition, it boasts a wide color gamut and a high peak brightness in HDR. The Sony Anzio M9, or simply M9, is Sony's first monitor and part of the company's new Anzio NE series of gaming devices, which also includes headphones like the Sony Anzio NE H9 Wireless. It's a high-end gaming monitor featuring a 4K native resolution and a fast refresh rate, as well as HDMI 2.1 bandwidth and support for both FreeSync and G-Sync compatible variable refresh rate technologies. It's part of Sony's Perfect for £5 series, which is aimed at £5 gamers and supports a few unique features. It also has full-array local dimming. However, unlike some competitors such as the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85, it does not have a mini LED backlight. The Sony M9 provides an enjoyable HDR experience. It has a high peak brightness in HDR, so bright situations appear as the content producer intended. Unfortunately, it has a terrible contrast ratio and just an adequate local dimming capability, so brilliant specular highlights blend in with the rest of the scene. It boasts a wide HDR color gamut and high color volume, so HDR video seems vibrant and lifelike. Number 4. Gigabyte M28U. For many years, 4K has been prohibitively expensive in PC gaming. That boils down to one simple fact: there are a lot of pixels going around at once. To experience 4K at its best, you'll need a graphics card capable of the task and a game monitor capable of displaying the final product. And neither has been cheap for a long time. That's starting to change as the Gigabyte M28 U demonstrates with its fantastic value and 4K feature set. Not only is this a terrific monitor for PC gamers, but it also supports HDMI 2.1, making it an excellent choice for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 players. Within its 4 tiny bezels, the Gigabyte M28U houses a 28-inch IPS panel. The IPS panel technology provides great color depth and clarity while also performing well in most other areas, particularly viewing angles. In comparison, even the slightest dip in black and white levels was noticeably discernible on-screen during testing. That strong separation in black depths is also really good for an IPS, especially one with such a low contrast spec as this. The M28U has a 1000:1 contrast ratio and a hint of that telltale IPS glow at the edges of black images, though neither is really evident while gaming. This monitor is also Display DR400 certified, albeit its brightness is a very ordinary 300-2. I wouldn't consider its HDR capabilities to be significant in any case, and I wouldn't recommend purchasing this monitor solely for its HDR capabilities. It will not demonstrate everything HDR has to offer. Not to mention that HDR on Windows PCs is still not a really enjoyable experience. However, the M28U provides a rich canvas for gaming not just in terms of picture quality, but also in terms of reaction and refresh rate. The M28U is quite fast, with response times of 2 milliseconds MPRT and 1 millisecond GTG. The 144 Hz refresh rate, on the other hand, means you no longer have to sacrifice high frame rates for full-fat 4K resolution. The important factor here is to have a GPU capable of driving such high frame rates in most games, which is no easy task. In my testing, AMD's Radeon RX 6900 XT performed admirably, but when I tested the Asus GeForce RTX 3070 Noctua OC Edition, I discovered it frequently struggled at 4K with high presets enabled. you really want all that information on the screen too. What makes the M28U even more appealing is that it is reasonably priced. It's still a lot of money to spend on a monitor alone, but when you consider what other 4K monitors with this feature set are selling for, it's as close to a steal as you'll find at 4K. Fundamentally, the M28U is a fantastic 4K monitor. With its resolution, refresh rate, and IPS screen, it's an excellent all-arounder for the 4K transition. Even beyond PC gaming, the presence of an HDMI 2.1 port allows for 120Hz console games, making it a very versatile solution for the price. Number 3. Aorus FO48U. The Aorus FO48U is a 48-inch 4K 120Hz beast of an OLED gaming monitor that was exactly what I needed to round off my tiny office/gamer dad lair. After spending some time with the FO48U, I believe I made the correct decision. I returned to Fortnite for the first time since it switched to Unreal Engine 5. My Master Chief looked awesome, smashing a bunch of Rick and Mortys with a massive gravity hammer. When displaying games or videos with vibrant colors, OLED displays dazzle, and a chromatic game like Fortnite pops on it. Of course, I've been watching way too much Blue Lock, which has a lot of brilliant colors and effects. My leisurely viewing of HBO's The Last of Us was ideal for demonstrating the TV's contrast. Because it's an OLED, the screen has near-perfect blacks and minimal to no blooming around bright things. It transforms two drastically different viewing experiences into equally great ones. I couldn't decide between this, the LG 48 GQ900B, and the extremely popular LG OLED C1 TV, which frequently takes the top rank on our Best Gaming TVs page. All three feature similar specs and visual quality, as well as glass panels. The fact that Aorus has DisplayPort, which supports G-Sync and FreeSync, works better with my gaming PC than an HDMI 2.1 connector, while it is wonderful that there are two of them, leaving room for the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, was the determining factor. Another plus for the FO48U are some of its extra capabilities that aren't accessible on the LG or other gaming TVs and are more suitable for me as a PC gamer. One of them is a black equalizer, a dashboard that displays key PC information, FPS, CPU/GPU temps, and so on, and a KVM switch in case I decide to place this thing atop my present monitor for a truly epic workstation setup. The sole significant disadvantage of Aorus, like any other OLED display, is the potential of permanent burn-in with static images. This means that when I'm not using it merely as a second PC monitor, I have to turn it off. The potential of irreversible burn-in with static images is the sole true disadvantage of Aorus, as with any other OLED panel. This means that even while using it as a second PC display, I must remember to turn it off when not in use. I'd also wish it had more HDMI ports than just the two HDMI 2.1 inputs, because it's difficult to decide which two game consoles to plug in at any given time. The FO48U's front-facing speakers are also disappointing. Number 2. LG 32GQ950B. If you think the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85 is too pricey and would rather save money, consider the LG 32GQ950B. It, too, features a 32-inch screen, but it differs in a few ways from the Samsung. It has a lower base refresh rate of 144 Hz, and while it includes an overclock option that allows it to go up to 160 Hz, it does not work with all sources and is occasionally unstable. It also has poorer image quality than the Samsung monitor because it lacks mini LED backlighting, the local dimming capability, and blacks appear gray in dark settings. Fortunately, it gets very bright in HDR, and the highlights seem vibrant. Aside from those distinctions, it remains an outstanding 4K gaming monitor with HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, allowing it to be used with any HDMI 2.1 device. It also boasts excellent motion handling at high refresh rates, resulting in low motion blur and a fast response time even at 60 Hz. If its 32-inch screen is too large for you, consider the LG 27 GP950B, which costs slightly less but has a slower response time. The LG 32GQ950B is a 32-inch 4K monitor with a high refresh rate of 160 Hz. It's part of LG's ultra-gear gaming monitor collection, which has a plethora of gaming capabilities. It's an improved version of the LG 27 GP950B with a larger screen and a new advanced true-wide polarizer, but it's not a direct replacement. It's one of the few monitors on the market that supports HDMI 2.1's full bandwidth, making it an excellent choice for £5 or Xbox Series X gamers. The LG 32GQ950 gaming display is fantastic. It offers a low input lag that ensures a responsive gaming experience, and its rapid refresh rate provides outstanding motion handling with almost no bothersome blur behind fast-moving objects. It also includes a plethora of gaming features like FreeSync and G-Sync compatible variable refresh rates. Both of its HDMI connections offer HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, allowing it to fully utilize the 5 pounds in Xbox Series X. The LG 32GQ 950 gaming display is fantastic. It is brighter than most comparable monitors on the market, but the lack of a full array or mini LED backlight is frustrating and stops it from delivering an impressive HDR experience. Number 1. Samsung Odyssey Neo G8. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85 is the greatest 4K gaming display we've tested, a fantastic gaming monitor with a 4K at 240Hz refresh rate. While it still requires a high-end graphics card to achieve its maximum refresh rate, it's a fantastic option if you're updating your PC and don't want to buy a new display at the same time. If you don't need such a high refresh rate, consider the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75, a very similar monitor with a 165Hz refresh rate that is also less expensive. Motion looks fantastic in terms of gaming performance on the Neo G8, thanks to its quick response time. It also supports native FreeSync variable refresh rate, VRR, and G-Sync to reduce screen tearing. It supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, allowing you to play games with a 5 pounds Xbox Series XS or any other HDMI 2.1 compliant graphics card. Another plus is its great picture quality, which is achieved by the use of mini LED backlighting and a decent local dimming option. With its high native contrast, it produces deep blacks with little blooming around bright objects. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85 is the consumer market's first 4K 240Hz monitor. It has a 1000R curve and is available alongside the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75, a comparable monitor with a 165Hz refresh rate. While both displays have many similarities, the G8 has a few extra advantages, such as a different screen covering. If you want to play 4K games at high frame rates from a compatible PC or gaming console, it comes with a slew of gaming features like FreeSync variable refresh rate, VRR, compatibility, and HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. It also includes mini LED backlighting, which gives you more flexibility over the local dimming zones than other monitors. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 is an excellent gaming device. It boasts a fast refresh rate of 240Hz and variable refresh rate capability to reduce screen tearing. It features reduced input latency for a responsive feel, and its quick response time makes motion look fluid. Unfortunately, firmware difficulties, notably with gaming, such as scanlines and flicker at low frame rates, exist. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 is an excellent gaming monitor with a plethora of features, and its 4K resolution and 240Hz refresh rate make it future-proof once high frame rate 4K games become available. It has superior local dimming than other monitors and provides an enjoyable HDR experience. However, there are too many faults for a premium monitor, so if you're prepared to compromise image quality for a worry-free gaming experience, a cheaper display like the Gigabyte M32 is available. Guys, that concludes our top 5 best 4K gaming monitors in 2024 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.